Hey guys, Jake here from MACkite. Today I'm here to talk to you guys about packages. So we're going to discuss everything that you need to get started, the core ingredients. We're going to talk about the things that we recommend but you don't necessarily need, and then we're going to talk about a few accessories that you can add to your package that might make your quality of life on the water a little bit better. So let's get into it. The first thing, the most important thing of all, is the kite. Right here we've got a 12-meter Cabrina switchblade. You can see most kites come in a little backpack. On one side you got room for a control bar. On the other you can put a pump. The nice thing about that is it allows you to be a little bit more self-contained. You're not losing stuff. You can even use the strap on the kite bag to attach the board. You can run it through the foot straps. And then you're walking down with a little camping cohesive unit. Once you open up the kite bag, and kite bags are going to vary a little bit from manufacturer to manufacturer, but you got your kite in here folded up. When it comes to picking what size you need for your kite, what style, feel free to reach out to us. We're happy to help make the recommendation. Really, any modern kite is a good kite. There's going to be some variance as to what kite is going to be best for you, whether you're surfing or doing tricks or just generally riding. So we can help narrow you down there. Once you've got the kite, you need the control bar. Most of the time, a control bar is going to come with a leash. With almost all new control bars, it does include a leash. This is a short leash. A lot of brands have moved towards these because less and less people are unhooking. So this is going to connect right at your harness. It'll go right to the spreader bar. There's just a lot less material to get in the way when you're out riding, and it works for probably 90% of the people out there. With regard to control bars, most modern control bars are going to work with any kite on the market. As long as it's 4 lines of equal length, you're probably in business. The one caveat there is going to be whether there's a low or a high V split. For example, duotone kites have a higher V split, which means those 2 center lines are going to split off higher up. That's going to change the pull on the bridle slightly. You can still use a low V split. It's just going to change the performance of the kite slightly. For that reason, we generally recommend low V kites, which are most major kites on the market. Use a low V bar. Conversely, high V kites use a high V bar. You have to get with duotone the trust bar for that high V split, or you can go with the click bar, which allows you to move the V split high or low. People ask sometimes, should I stick with the same brand control bar that I have the kite? As a general rule of thumb, I say yes, just because it simplifies things, and if you're thinking down the road for resale, it just makes that whole transaction a little bit easier. But you don't really need to these days. Again, most major brands will be interchangeable with one another. From there, you need a pump. The latest and greatest on the market are these tall pumps right here. It allows you to get a larger stroke here. That's going to allow you to pump your kite up faster. Really, the only people we might not recommend these for are people who are a little bit shorter, maybe kind of like in that 5'10" range and below. This is just a lot of pump. You know, this thing's going to pull up quite a bit and down. A lot of the guys here on the beach who are a little bit shorter in stature, they tend to bury their pump to just get a comfortable stroke, or else they hurt their back, and that defeats the entire purpose of having a comfortable pump. These are going to be 2-way pumps. You can close it off and have a 1-way valve if you want to pump up something with a higher PSI like a SUP. They come with hoses. Most come with a set of attachments. Again, you can really use any brand pump on any brand kite. The only exception is going to be what attachment does the kite require. Most of the time, a kite's going to come with the attachment valve that they need, but that's not always the case. Later on in the video, we'll talk about valve attachments. Sometimes when you're mixing and matching, it makes sense to pick up one of these so you don't get to the beach and you're not out of luck because you can't inflate said kite. Thank you for checking out this video. Feel free to ask us if you have any questions. If you want us to review anything more in depth or something you didn't see here, let us know in the comments section. We're happy to get back out here on the table and talk about it. Otherwise, thank you so much for checking us out, and we look forward to seeing you on the water.